can't see the eyes of the demon until him come calling.
Has proof of 2 Mandela effects, and he made a video about it, and I'm a little bit scared for him. The first one is the Berenstain Bears one. Now, you can't see what I typed up here in the search bar because it's like cutting off my screenshot, but you can see that it says, did you mean? I typed Berenstain Bears, S-T-E-I-N, because that is what it was, okay? I had these books when I was a kid. They were the Berenstain Bears, S-T-E-I-N, and somewhere along the line, now we've switched universes, and now it is Berenstain, S-T-A-I-N. So I typed Berenstain Bears, and it said, did you mean Berenstain Bears? And all it shows me is Berenstain. Look, Berenstain, 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 Berenstain. But this guy has a book, Berenstain, S-T-E-I-N. The other one that he has proof of is the Shazam movie. I know this says Kazam, but I'm saying Shazam. There was a movie called Shazam in the 90s, and it had Sinbad in it, and it was about a genie. But apparently that doesn't exist, and it was actually Kazam, and it was Shaq. He has the VHS of Shazam with Sinbad. This one is the one that makes me a little bit nervous for him because I don't know how true it is, but I've seen videos and heard that there's like 3 copies or something like left in existence, showing Shazam with Sinbad on it, and they're trying to get them all, and now he's shown that he has one. So please be careful, man. Anyways, here is the video of him showing that he has these things. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.
So I have something to show you guys. I don't know if you believe in the Mandela effect, but I have proof of it. We just cleaned out my dead uncle's house, and he had this stuff stashed aside, so obviously he knew something about it too. But look at this here. So not only do I have Shazam with Sinbad.
Wow. Whole VHS, look at that.
But Berenstain.
Berenstain.
The Berenstain book. It's the legitimate book. But Berenstain, not Berenstain. You see that? E-I-N. I don't know if it's backwards or not.
Oh, déjà vu.
What did you just say?
Nothing, just had a little déjà vu.
What did you see? What happened?
A black cat went past us, and then another that looked just like it.
How much like it? Was it the same cat?
Might have been, I'm not sure.
Switch, APOC.
What is it?
A déjà vu is usually a glitch in the Matrix. It happens when they change something.
But the Mandela effect is real, you guys. There's also a pair of Fruit of the Loom sweatpants. I'll have to find out what my girlfriend did with them. It does have the cornucopia on the Fruit of the Loom. And it's not, it's just bullshit that it was never there. It was there.
I beg your pardon? I beg your pardon?
I'm a flight risk. I don't think they're ready for the shit.
Stovetop. It's always been Stofers. But guess what? It hasn't been. It's always been Kraft.
No, it hasn't.
It's Mandela effect. Crazy.
What in the actual fuck?
Look at this, y'all. Look at this. If this ain't proof right here, look. He waved his finger behind the phone to show you that this phone is legitly recording. You see right there, it says Stouffer Stovetop. This phone can only pick up what we once knew to be. Look, it don't even have the logo on here no more. Look on the side. Kraft. Y'all a lie. Y'all is lying to us.
What? What the fuck? Stouffer Stovetop stuffing. We all know it. We all remember it. We all know that we ate it around this time of year. Yep. But in this timeline, they say that it doesn't exist. I don't believe that. So here's what I want us to do. So
during the holiday season, when you're looking for all the ingredients to make the turkeys and the Thanksgiving dinners and everything, look in the back of the cabinet where the turmeric's at and all those seasonings that you don't use, and see if you have a box of Stouffer's stovetop stuffing. I believe that it doesn't go bad for like 50 years, so it's in there. If you have it, bring it out. Show us, post us. And if people are coming over, family members, and you're doing a potluck type of deal, put Stouffer's stovetop stuffing in the ingredients list and email it out to family and friends and see if somebody brings it over. Because I am for sure know they're somewhere. It's here somewhere. Let's find this thing this holiday season. We only got a couple of times a year to actually get everybody together and actually find this thing. And this is one of them. So let's come together. Put your emails out, look in the back of your cabinets, and let's find this Stouffer's stovetop stuffing.
What is real? How do you define real? If you're talking about what you can feel, what you can smell, what you can taste and see, then real is simply electrical signals interpreted by your brain.
Can we get serious now?
Okay, I'm starting to believe people who are like extra about being from different realities and alternate universes and all that type of stuff, because I just did a video, you can look on my page, and I was going to spell Chick-fil-A, and then in the hashtags, it wasn't coming up correctly, but the whole time it was, because it's actually spelled like this. I had to go look at my cup. I thought it was spelled CHIC Phil A. And then I looked up, has Chick-fil-A ever changed their name? And it says no, it's always been spelled this way. But I guarantee you, I promise you that it's always been spelled CHIC dash FIL dash A.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. I swear to you guys, you have to believe me. Growing up, I literally used to ask my mom, why is it spelled like chic? Or why is it spelled incorrectly? I used to ask my mom this. So, am I tripping?
No, you're not.
Or are you guys tripping? Or what's going on?
We're all gonna die!
Here we go.
Cliff High developed a software program over 20 years ago that scanned the entire internet and analyzed thematic patterns and language that people were using all over the world to predict the future. Cliff High believed in our individual subconscious intuition, but he also believed in our interconnected consciousness that we all draw from whether we're aware of it or not. So using a technique that he called predictive linguistics, he wrote a program that was able to analyze all the keywords and phrases and thematic patterns and assigned them an emotional value. It then uses a formula to gauge our emotional tensions and write a report on events that will happen in the future. Now, these predictions all came with a precondition that Cliff called temporal markers. And that's kind of like a precursor event, like a trigger event that has to happen before the prediction will come true. So the prediction will not happen until or unless the temporal marker or the trigger event happens first. So what did this program predict? Way back in 2009, this is crazy, honestly. The software program reported of a battle in our skies that got chaotic and out of hand between military jets and UFOs, and also, interestingly, UFOs against other UFOs. And this would mark the beginning of an era where non-human intelligence became a part of our everyday reality. And this was all to take place roughly 39 days after the trigger event happened, so after that temporal marker event. And that temporal marker event was Donald Trump being interviewed by Joe Rogan. Which just happened the other day and is already the biggest podcast of all time. But let me explain why this is so wild. In 2009, when this prediction was made, Joe Rogan was far from being a household name like he is today. His podcast, The Joe Rogan Experience, had its very first episode in December 2009. And back then, it was literally just Joe and a couple of his mates on their webcams in their lounge room. He had hosted Fear Factor, and he was the commentator for the UFC back then, but even then, the UFC was way smaller than what it is today. And Donald Trump being the president was not even in the conversation. In 2009, he was just a real estate mogul and the guy from The Apprentice. This kind of prediction back then was so far out of left field that it was hardly given any further thought by Cliff himself. And now, in 2024, President Donald Trump has just been on the Joe Rogan Experience, the biggest podcast in the world. And at the same time, we have so many military whistleblowers, Harvard lawyers, Stanford scientists, all coming out and saying UFOs and non-human intelligence are very real, and that we, the public, need to be made aware of this before it's potentially catastrophically forced upon us. The world is so crazy right now.
Well, shit.
I'll be home for Christmas.
Mandela effect. Hold on. What is it saying?
I'll be home for Christmas. You can blank on me.
You no. Bruh, CERN, fix it, CERN. I know y'all did this. Fix it now. Cause why y'all messing up the songs this bad? You can plan on me. That don't even roll off the tongue right. I don't want to live in this universe where that song is messed up. I need the other version, the one that we knew to be forever and a day. You can count on me. You can count on me. Look, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. What you got? What you got?
You can plan on me. You can plan on me.
They done messed them all up. Come on. What else you got? I ain't never heard that version, but at least she know the lyrics. I ain't never heard that version, but she know the lyrics. Dang, what the what? Oh my God.
We know that the planet Saturn has a hexagram, a perfect hexagram at its north pole. What very few people know is that this hexagram has been known about by ancient people for as long as history has been recorded. People who did not have telescopes or the technology to view anything outside of the Earth's atmosphere besides the stars. That is quite the paradox. That's what's been on my mind lately about this subject. It is, number one, absolutely impossible for these people to have viewed Saturn, especially North Pole. Saturn being associated with the black cube, which has direct connection to the hexagon shape, which is a 2D format of the cube, proves to us without a doubt that these people over the centuries from all over the world understood that there was this anomaly at the peak of Saturn.
Big breaking news that could impact people here on Earth. A Boeing satellite belonging to a multinational service provider mysteriously broke apart in orbit over the past weekend. We're just learning about this just now. According to an official update, the anomaly caused the satellite, known as IS-33E, to be destroyed, resulting in what the company calls a total loss. Now, how did this happen? How could this happen? Did something hit it? Did it just explode? Well, the exact cause of the breakup remains unclear. The United States Space Force announced it is tracking about 20 pieces of debris, but noted there's no immediate threats.
We're all gonna die!
Now, this is about 14,000 pounds, the size of a small limousine when it was intact. Now it's in a bunch of different pieces floating around there in space. The satellite did weigh that 14,000 pounds. It was designed and manufactured by Boeing Space Systems, launched in 2016. It provided broadband services, including internet and phone communications to part of Europe, Africa, and most of Asia. But that's the information we have right now. Make sure you're following me. I'll give you the latest if I find out more.
The elites have underground cities and tunnels all around the world. Watch this.
We actually found it. I didn't think we'd find this cave, but here it is.
Bro, is that an underground train? Look at that.
I know, who built it? Yeah. What? No way. Alright, so we have a choice to either keep going on this level or to go up. Or to go up. Whoever made the staircase knew what they were doing.
Heck yeah.
Dude, this is an elevator.
No way.
Holy crap.
There's no way.
Dude, it sounds like there's power to it or something. What?
What do you think they're using these secret tunnels for?
We're all gonna die!
When you hear what this man did, you will be shocked, but also horrified about what happened to him after his discovery was leaked. So he was a bit of a scientist and inventor. His name was John Hutchison, and he collected lots of surplus military hardware, and he was running experiments on certain things and uploading videos to YouTube of the results. Now, some of these videos are still on YouTube, and they include 100-pound steel balls levitating off of the table. Also, in real time, he'll take a bar of solid aluminum or metal, and it begins to splinter apart without any heat. He fuses metal spoons to other metal objects, all with frequencies. At least that's what was claimed. He twists up a wrench with frequencies, and you can watch it all in real time. Now, this was his apartment, full of junk. I mean, he was eccentric. He was a kind of an artist kind of guy. You can see all these videos of metal modifying its shape and lifting off of objects. Levitation, we're talking the molecular changing state just with frequencies. Now, the problem is a lot of his experiments defied the laws of classical physics, and uploading those videos on YouTube attracted some attention. In early 2000, his apartment was raided by the Canadian police and some other officials. They confiscated all of his equipment. And since this happened, there's been no more experiment videos uploaded to YouTube, but instead it's bizarre ramblings with John taking on a new appearance, and that is the content of his videos.
Started pouring Remy cause I'm getting sick of hints. If I write a book about my life, don't know where I begin. Couple L's thrown at me, I took them on the chin. Used to see me taking losses, they surprised a nigga win. The longer I live, I'ma lose myself. And if I had choose me or you, then I'ma choose myself. A higher power in mind is worth me more than wealth. Hit a couple licks on your brody, I gotta use my stuff. Foreign belt wrapped around my jeans, it's hard to hold my